My name is Bex and this is Bex Books. I am doing a book haul of a lot of books, as you can see. So these are all the books I've bought this year or been gifted to me. Louis is lurking. Louis, why are you looking like that? Oh my god. That yawn though. Lulus, I love you. So funny. Okay, I just got back. I had gone out with friends and family. We had some charcuterie, had some day drinking. I had a lot of fun. I got some iced tea. I put it in a hot tea mug thing because I just wanted to show y'all this adorable frog mug because we're gonna be here for a moment. So buckle up and get a drink because I'm gonna be here talking about some books. Get that brighter lighting maybe. Okay, I bought this one this year. It's A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. I'm really interested in Virginia Woolf. I've never read any of her writing. I really like the cover. So this book was copyrighted in 1929. I'm very intrigued to see if I like Virginia Woolf's style. All I know about her is her unfortunate death. I believe she takes her life. I know that she was ahead of her time. I'm gonna read the back. In A Room of One's Own, Virginia Woolf imagines that Shakespeare had a sister equal to Shakespeare in talent and equal in genius, but whose legacy is radically different. This imaginary woman never writes a word and dies by her own hand, her genius unexpressed. If only she had found the means to create, she would have reached the same heights as her immortal sibling. In this classic essay, Woolf takes on the establishment using her gifts of language to dissect the world around her and give voice to those who are without. Her message is a simple one. Women must have a steady income and a room of their own in order to have the freedom to create. Wow. I'm so excited to get to this. So it's a feminist piece of work. It is 114 pages long, so it's not long. The cover is kind of like giving me like, it's like a painting vibe. It's almost like those artwork pieces that you find in like hotels, or like it kind of reminds me of like hotel carpet, but not in a bad way. Simplistic. I feel like I would take this on a trip maybe. I haven't picked it up yet. I don't know when I'll pick it up, but I just feel like there's like a time and place in my life where I will be picking this up. And yeah, I'm just waiting to see when that will be. Oh my god, look at this like puff of hair. Okay, so that's A Room of One's Own. I got that just randomly, bought 2 books randomly. Treat yourself. Okay, the next one I got at Half Price Books. So it's Inferno by Dan Brown. It's a hardcover. Wow, how did I forget that word? This is like an older series that I saw my older brother Jeffrey when I was younger. He was reading it when Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code were like first coming out. And I remember I didn't even really know how to read, I don't think, at that point, but I never forgot like seeing my brother reading the series. So I decided to pick it up. I could read at that time. I just couldn't read books of that, you know, caliber. Because I remember it was like the first one came out right before 9/11. And then after 9/11, the Da Vinci Code came out. I'm pretty sure like that was like the time frame. Yeah, I'm reading the series now. I'm currently actually reading, I have it in my bag over there, I'm not gonna grab it, but I'm currently reading the Da Vinci Code and I'm loving it. Langdon is fun, he's sweet, he's like nerdy but cute. That hot professor. So this is the 4th book in the series. I also have The Lost Symbol, which I bought like, I think I bought Angels and Demons first, and then I finished it. And so then I got Da Vinci Code and The Lost Symbol last year. And now I have this one. I think there's one more book in the series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this cover. Ooh. I get like such mystery vibes from it. It was published in 2013. Okay, so I don't know anything about this specific book because I haven't gotten there in the series, but Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code is about a guy called Robert Langdon. He is a professor who studies symbols. And let's see, it is 461 pages, so it's under 500. But his books are pretty thick. They're thick boys to an extent. Hi. Do you want to say hello? Say hello, Lulus. This is Lulus. Okay, bye. He's like, let me down. I've lost control of this book haul video. I had like a structure of how I wanted to talk to you about these books, and now like that okay, I was recording for 30 minutes and my phone crashed and lost the footage. And then my mother-in-law and my husband were like, it's time to go have fun for your birthday. And I was like, okay, yeah, but now I'm back and like my thoughts are everywhere. I'm everywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm just out here like, let's make a booktube. Cheers. What's next? I guess I'll continue with this stack here and tell you about this bad boy. This is Thus Were Their Faces by Silvano Ocampo. I really want to read more translated works, and this is a translated work from Argentina. It's a series of short stories they're definitely Gothic, I think. So it's 12th century. Yeah, it's dark, Gothic, fantastic, grotesque stories. So this is dark. So I feel like this might be an October read. I definitely want to get to more translated works. I want to read like a book from every country. I heard about this book from Emmy's channel, which I will tag down below. She read it for her book club, which is like the dark academic book club. I don't remember the exact name, but Emmy is who definitely, it was her pick that month to read this. I really like this shade of green on the inside. Oh my god, that's very like, yeah, I like that green. Ugh, I love like little tiny things like that. Let's see what else I can tell you about this book. Oh my god, why don't I read the first sentence of these books? I'm gonna do that. Okay, so the first sentence in Thus Were Their Faces is, she was trying to remember the day she was born. Definitely don't remember the first day I was born. Can you hear Malarkey? My frog is croaking. City Brass. Very popular book, but I think it's based out of Egypt. It's written by S.A. I don't know if I can say this. S.A. Chakraborty. I'll just put it there. That's who it's written by. I love this cover. This book is absolutely a stunner. This is so beautiful. I can't wait to get to it, and I'm gonna try to get to it soon. The first sentence in City of Brass. Look at this bookmark. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I haven't used it yet. I'm saving it for this hot track of a book. Look at this map. We love a book with a good map. Oh my god. I love that. That's not like most book maps. There's something really fun about the design. Like this flower is the compass. That's cute. Look at this introduction page. Louie, what are you up to? My cat is being suspect. So the first page in The City of Brass is he was an easy mark. Who was an easy mark? Tell me more. My cat is being seriously suspect. Can I help you? I don't know, man. I just live here. Oh, this, it's upside down. Okay, so this next book was a gift from my mom. I really like Vincent van Gogh a lot. I love his paintings of sunflowers. The sunflowers are my favorite type of flower. They remind me of my grandfather. I had sunflowers in my wedding, so he made such beautiful work, and I just want to know more about him. And so I didn't buy it this year, so it's not in this haul, but I have all of his letters, like a book of all of his letters. It's a classic penguin edition. But this year I was gifted this huge monster, which is about the life of Vincent van Gogh. It's literally everything about him. It talks about his paintings. It's 868 pages. Oh my God, my fur children are out of control. They have the zoomies. Okay, this is just under 900 pages. It's like 880 something pages. It is like a textbook version of Van Gogh's life and his artwork. I plan on starting this in August, and I'm really excited to get to it. I'm gonna tab the heck out of this. This is gonna be an adventure that is coming to your YouTube entertainment this August. I think I'm gonna do like a series of vlogs just to reading about Vincent van Gogh through this book. So yeah, but this is On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden, published in 2018, just so you know. Yeah, it smells absolutely divine. It's a graphic novel with all the artwork. I'm really excited to get to this. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of new books, like that new car smell, but new book smell. I don't know anything about this book, but I'm going in blind. I just hit myself in the face with this book, so that's great. All right, so there's another book. So I'll talk about both of these. These were by Cornelia Funk. This is one of my all-time favorite series, like top, like God tier, and like just look at that. Look at, oh, this one has mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I'm gonna read this in May, so Gloria, if you're out there, my best friend, buddy reading this with, finish Inkheart. And then in October, I feel like this has October vibes. If I didn't say what this is about, it's about Maggie, who, her and her dad have a special power, and they love books. They repair old books that are starting to break apart, and it's very magical. This series is a middle grade. They're honestly super easy to read through. Don't let the size daunt you because they're super quick. And there's freaking mushrooms. There's mushrooms on that. Love it. That's what we like to see. Okay. Blah. Oh my gosh, wow. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this in June for LGBT Pride Month. It's called Captive Genders. It's by Eric A. Stanley and Nat Smith. It is like a textbook, if I'm not mistaken. I've not seen anybody on Booktube talk about this. It's about what transgender people go through in our prison systems. It talks about HIV. It talks about being Black and queer and transgender. Like these are things I need to know about. When I put this on the list of 5,000 books, I was like, okay, trying to find books that I felt were really going to educate me. And this throws the facts out there. You can't bat an eye, you can't turn away. This is, from my understanding, just telling you what prisons actively are doing to these people. Like when they are admitted in and, you know, they're stripped of their identity, they're put in these orange outfits, like what happens to them. So I plan on getting to this in June for Pride Month, so I can learn what happens to transgender individuals in the prison system and become a more knowledgeable, understanding individual. So this is about a gentleman that lives in Harlem. I read the first chapter as an ebook, and then I was like, okay, never mind. I want this to be a physical copy. So I bought the actual book. It's called Harlem Shuffle by Colson Whitehead. This is a book I plan on trying to get to next month. Hi. Well, come here. Come say hello to everybody. Hello. I know that Colson Whitehead has written some really popular, highly acclaimed books like The Underground Railroad. I think that's what it says up there. I believe this was published last year, and it's 318 pages. The way the cover feels isn't like the other books I have. It's like is matte the right word? It's like a papery feel. Yeah. Interesting feel to the book. Alrighty, this ended up on my list, Apples Never Fall by Leanne Morty, and I just realized that this is a like tennis net. I thought this was a table. The colors kind of intrigued me. I thought this was a table, and I got like kitchen vibes from this before, but no. So I feel like I'm gonna read this. Children. My cats. You can't see them, but they are like, I don't know, man. I know it's about a dysfunctional family called the Delaney's. And man, they got some problems. And I really like Leanne Moriarty's writing. I've read one other book by her, and I don't remember what it was called. But it was good. I know I liked it. So yeah, I like Leanne Moriarty's style of writing, so I'm really excited to get to Apples Never Fall. I feel like it's gonna be a good time. I just realized they're both book of the month like picks, which I don't have book of the month, but what is happening? Hi, Oliver. Okay, so moving on. I bought those just randomly, like at Target or Barnes & Noble or Amazon, you know, something of that nature. Hi, Oliver. I don't know, I'm trying so hard to record today because I honestly do not have another day to record. This is it. Tomorrow's Easter. I worked all week until like 8 p.m. at night at the earliest. Sometimes I had to stay later. And I'm doing the same thing this coming week. So I want to get some content out. I know that like the following week, I'm going to have like a week off. I'm going to have like a week off. And I plan on doing a reading vlog and I have plenty of time to record. But this week, this day, this time is the only time I have to do this. So we're gonna do it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, I love this book. It's so old. It's such an old addition to Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. Okay, so the cover of like the current Interview with the Vampire, like what's selling on shelves, I hate it so much. I think it looks so like boring and ugly. So I wanted to get an older version. And I don't know, this one just, I love it. I feel like it goes with like the ambiance of the story, which is like, if I'm not mistaken, like it's New Orleans, like back in the day, like when people wore petticoats and stuff. So like this house, and it's faded a little bit, but this shines. And this is another one that I don't know if I'm gonna get to it this year, but I would read this around Halloween. I know that there's like 3 vampires that are together. 2 guys and a little girl. And the little girl's like stuck being a little girl. Stuff goes down. And after all the family drama, because they consider themselves a family, he just like wants to tell his story. So he randomly tells like a person, a human, what happened. And that's the interview of the vampire. And it's really good. It's a really famous book. It was either December or January, if I'm not mistaken, that Anne Rice passed away. So I really wanted to read this. It's a series. There are a lot of books in this series. I probably won't start this year because I want to get through a lot of the series I'm already in. It was originally published in 1976, BTW. So this has been around, but it stands to this day. People love this story. The Weight of Ink by Rachel Kaddish. I don't know a lot about this. I know that it's been given an award by the National Jewish Book Awards, Jewish Book Council. So that's interesting. It's definitely a little bit thicker. It's got deckled edges. 560 pages long. Design on the book, it's got like a lot of greenery. Do you see that? USA Today bestseller. So when was this published? Because I have never heard anybody talk about this book. It only like caught my eye in a bookshop, and like that's why I added it to the list. It's published in 2017. So I'm going into this one completely blind. I really like a lot of greenery. I feel like, oh, there's like a flower here. I feel like it's very subtle. There's like an under of like handwriting. Toni Morrison blurbs it. So that's interesting. Maybe this is a hidden gem that I stumble upon. This book I'm trying to get to this month in April. This is the second month I try to get to this book. I read The Gunslinger in January, and I want to do the read along with Stephanie, which her channel is Coffee Over Apples. I really, I'm gonna like really push to get to this month, but I bought it just for the readathon. So a lot of times I'll just like run into a store if I know I'm gonna do like a book club read or a read along, and I'll just grab the book. I bought so many books this year, it's crazy. And the same thing kinda with this one. This isn't like any read along or buddy read, but I read Shadow and Bone in January and I loved it. So I went and got Siege and Storm. Siege and Storm should be on this list too, but it's fine. I don't know where Siege and Storm is right now, and this will just be for it. So this is by Leigh Bardugo. It's a really popular series right now. They made a Netflix show for it, and it's the Grisha trilogy. I like that there's like a foil. You can't really tell metal-like, and I like that it's like all the different colors mixed together. Same here, you can see it. Look at that, what a stunner. And the 3 of them have that too. You can see that all 3 books are like that. This is the last book in the series. This is another book I'm really pushing to read this month because I really want to finish the series while it's still fresh in my brain. I finished Siege and Storm at the very end of February. This might be the next book I pick up. I got Inferno, Dante's Inferno. There's illustrations. Look at that, oh my God. So freaking excited. God. I've really wanted to read Dante's Inferno. There's just so many books I want to read. It's obviously a problem. Like I feel like so excited to get to this book. And I'm excited for the book I'm currently reading, but I can't, there's only so many books I can get to. And it really scares me because how can there be so much amazing literature in this world, and then we don't have enough time in our lifetime to read them. Okay, so the next book I got in the hardcover sale at the beginning of this year, Children of Blood and Bone, and I believe this is pronounced Adayami. I've heard people say really good things about this book and then also really bad things about this book, so I'm interested to see where I'm gonna fall. I don't know anything about this book except that it's a main character and it's a woman, and I believe she is tribal. When I went to Barnes & Noble, they had 3 colors. They had like, this said lighter, for example, and I assume that means that there's like different powers or something. I had no idea what I was gonna think when I read the book, so hopefully I would like to be a lighter. Maybe it's just destined, like that's what I was drawn to, so that's who I would be. We'll just have to see. I don't know who a lighter is, but it's cool. Okay, so the last book I got at the hardcover sale was The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. I watched this movie and I absolutely love this world. It's like where people have what they call a demon, but it's an animal and it's like a part of them. It's like a part of their soul. You're following this girl whose friend goes missing, and her dad or her uncle, somebody goes missing that's been like taking care of her, because it's very obvious that something's happening to mainly children. Children are going missing, and you know that something's happening to them that is very, very dire, and she decides that this is it. I'm going after them to figure it out. She becomes friends with a polar bear warrior. There's polar bear warriors in this book. Like, how much more could you want? That in itself is amazing. There's also this golden compass that she has, which the title is called The Golden Compass. I plan on reading this around Christmas. This is definitely a book I'm picking up this year. I cannot wait for winter to read this. This is probably one of my most anticipated books of the year. Look at the back. Just, there's like a shimmer to the book. I don't know if it's like picking up. It's got deckled edges as such. This was probably my favorite find at the hardcover sale. Look at that. Wow. Now that is just a stunner. What a stunner. I just decided to sit on the ground today because I put all the books on my couch, so I'm just like, I have all the wires because this is behind the scenes of a booktuber, and then I'm just like sitting here just sitting here living my best life with all the books. This is Crike the frog, my stuffed animal frog. I love him. This is my living couch situation. I have a ton more books in front of me that I don't really want to show, so you don't get to see them. So I got Lithian Wakes from Barnes & Noble during the hardcover sale, and it's the 10th edition, so it comes with sprayed edges. These pages are so gorgeous. I believe it's really cool here too. Look at that. What? Oh my god, and look at this. Look at that. There's also, like, it just shows you, I guess, the sizes of planets in this universe and whatnot. I watched a lot of, so my husband watched The Expanse. I definitely haven't seen every episode, but I saw the final episode, like, of that season or of the show. I think the show's over, actually. So yeah, I watched the show. Andrew's gonna be like, okay, well, you missed a big chunk, but I know how it ends. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up the book series and see how that compares. I wanted to read this in April. It's not going to happen, but I wanna read it before my husband reads it. This is a space opera. It's about a bunch of people with like space travel and war and romances and all that jazz right here. Okay, so Dead Souls by Nikolai Gogol. I stumbled upon him after reading a lot of like Tolstoy last year. Wow, my cat ate the corner. Wow. Oh, that makes me so mad. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But I definitely plan on reading this around Christmas because look at that color scheme. Look at that vibrant red and green. Louis, did you do this? Sir. He's just walking away from me. He doesn't care that he damaged my book. How dare he? How dare he? This is the current book I'm reading, and I did buy it this year. It's Jade War. These are the Greenbone Saga by Fonda Lee. I bought Jade City as an ebook. Don't recommend, buy the actual copy, but I bought the actual copy so that my husband could read it because I convinced him that it would be worth his while. Currently 160 pages into the second book. Absolutely loving it. It's a very political book. There are lots of maps for world building. It's the island of Kikon, where that's the only place in this universe where you can find jade, and the people that live on Kikon have powers when they wear jade. And it's like a mob story, and there's like clans fighting. A lot goes down. The next book I got is a stunner. So gorgeous. It's the Eternal edition of Sailor Moon. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it that way. So gorgeous. Woo. I love Sailor Moon. I watched the show. I've never read the manga. My heart like just gets so happy just staring at this cover. Okay, so this next book was a gift in a way. This next book I got from my friend Heather. She had a duplicate and she asked if anybody wanted it. I said yes. So she mailed it to me, and that's Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. Love this cover. I get very summery vibes from this. I definitely think that this is a book I'll bring on a trip with me, to a beach trip or anywhere like on a cruise. I would pack this book with me. So I'm definitely like waiting for that to read this. But it's a mermaid story. That's all I really know about it, is that it's about a mermaid. I'm assuming she is the mermaid. It's published this year. Okay, so this next book was gifted to me, or was sent to me by another friend of mine from Sydney's Patreon. Her name is Elisa. She sent me this gorgeous sprayed edge of The Shadow in the Glass by J.J.A. Harwood. It's got these really cute shoes. Look at this. That's so gorgeous. Assuming it's like a Cinderella. Definitely get a winter vibe from this. November, December time is where I would see myself picking this up. There's this woman in, it's like a door, but it's also kind of like a book. Dare to make a wish, it says. This sounds really cool. I'm really excited to find out what this is about. I have a feeling it's a fantasy story retelling. So I'm kind of now like going through what I got from my friends over at Sydney's Patreon. This is actually, Sydney had a raffle, this next book here, and I was one of the winners. This is Black Blood by Fu Zhang and Isa Enriquez. And it is a graphic novel. I don't know a lot about it. Actually, the hardcover is really cool. I get Full Metal Alchemist vibes from it. I think this would be a later in the year series for me too. Like October onward. October, November, I think I might get to this. Let's see how many books there has been in this book haul. So like just under 45 books. I think it's like 43 or 44 books in this book haul. I've bought 40 plus books this year. I'm really excited about these next two books. They were birthday gifts from my friend Heather. The first one she gifted me was, and I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce this right, but it's Chouetti by Claire Otsky. I did not know anything about this book, but Heather told me it was weird. Let me read this little part here because I was laughing. It says, okay, Tiny is pregnant. Her husband is delighted. You think, Louie, let me read. Oh my God. Okay. Tiny is pregnant. Her husband is delighted. You think this baby is going to be like you, but it's not like you at all, she warns him. This baby is an owl baby. What? It's an owl baby. Sounds like a good time. It's super short, 241 pages, so it's under 300 pages. Sounds like a really good time. Okay, so yeah, look at this mammoth. Heather gifted me this gorgeous sprayed edged book. It's like a special edition of The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This book has maps, and I love a book with a map. I'm excited to get to this book. Look at that, that's so gorgeous. Get fall vibes with the falling leaves. So this is a November read for me. This cover is to die for. It is The City of Saints and Madmen by Jeff Vandermeer, and I loved his Annihilation series, so I wanted to give this series a shot, also just because, once again, look at this cover. This is volume 1 of a series. Look at this, it's so weird. Like, Jeff Vandermeer is such a weird writer. That's like an eyeball and a hand. Look at this. Just very weird and absurd. It looks like two octopuses watching these two people kiss. What is this? What is this? What is this book about? I'm so excited to read this. This looks like such a fun time. So yeah, this one and then The Golden Compass, I think, are two of my most anticipated reads of like this coming year if I can get to them. I'm really excited to read them. I don't know if I'm gonna get to this month, but I'm really gonna try, and that's Crown of Feathers by Nikki Papreto. Book pick for Sydney's Patreon. Heard nothing but good things. The only thing that holds me back is I really don't want to start any new series. I don't know how many times I've already said that in this video or this vlog or this booktube video, but this is a series. I just don't know if I'm up to starting another series until I complete some. So I don't know. The next book I got is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is the book I'm reading for the book club I'm a part of in my local city here. It's also for a secret vlog. I am just starting this book. I'm really excited to get more into it. Rainer Maria Rilke. I'd never seen this specific book by him. He writes poetry. When I saw it, I just grabbed it because, first of all, look at that. And yeah, this was the last book I bought myself for my birthday. I went to like this new Barnes & Noble that's really huge. It has elevators, or it has escalators, and it has a lot of like rare books, and so it was a really fun time to go there. This last stack here, I went to my local library and I literally spent like $1 to $2 on these books, and a lot of them, it doesn't even look like they've been read or touched. So the first book, I got this one for $1, is Fortune and Glory by Janet Ivanovich. $1. Can't wait to read book number 21. That's only 6 books away. Obviously, I've been reading it for a long time, over 20 books in a series, and I'm going strong. This was the ultimate find. This is a signed copy of Faithful by Alice Hoffman. It's her name signed there. This is a 2016 book. I know that I see books all the time by her on Booktube, and this cover is really pretty. That's the time. I know that it's about a girl. It looks like her best friend dies in a car accident, and it's her like coming to terms with that, and it's super short, 158 pages. Okay, so yeah, I'm at the last stack here from the public library. I spent like a total of $14 and bleh. The next book I bought is An Irish Country Village by Patrick Taylor. I'm always trying to read books about Ireland. My father came to the States from Ireland in his early 20s. This is actually the second book in a series, so I'm gonna be buying the first one for sure. Never read anything about Northern Ireland just because there's a whole thing with that, but I always try to read books about Ireland like all the time, and I'll be getting the first book and then reading this one, so I probably won't be getting to this one anytime soon. I then got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I know there's a movie about this, and I know that this was like a really popular book for a really long time. I never got to it. It's a murder mystery, and I never realized that there was actually a dragon on this edition. I always wanted to read it. I never got a chance. It was published in 2009. I was in high school at this time. I don't know why I never got to this series, but I will be soon. Okay, and then this was an impulse buy. I knew nothing about it. It's called The Rocks by Peter Nichols. It's actually pretty low rated on Goodreads, so that makes me a little nervous. I think it's a romance. I get Mamma Mia vibes from this, from what I've read on the back, but I don't know anything. But I'm gonna go in with an open mind, and I'm gonna give it a chance. I think this is another book I would take on a trip. I'd be reading this on an airplane, in a hotel room. I think it's the lowest rated book, so I might end up reading it just because of my TBR game. But yeah. The next one is Idaho by Emily Roskovich. I feel like I've seen this on Booktube. It's in Idaho, I assume. I like the cover. Oprah recommends it, so if Oprah recommends it. This next book, it's really popular. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. I couldn't believe that this was being sold by my public library for $1. This spine has never been cracked. This book has never been read. What a steal. I know that this is 1800s and it's about magicians, and that's all I really need to know. I'm sold. Take my dollar. The last book, I'm gonna stop stacking because I'm gonna show you. Literally leaning tower of books over here. This is all of the books that I've bought this year, and there's still some over there, and there's some over here, so I have a problem. I'm gonna try to, yeah, we're fine, everything's fine. The last book I got, Images of Monticello by Annette Gordon-Reed. So I have a goal of reading a book about every single president, and I want to know like the real deal. Like, I don't want the romanticized version. Like, I really want to know about who they really were, the good and the bad, and understand the origins of our country. If anybody knows, he had a love interest that was a slave, and it's just been brought to my attention in like the past, like I would say 3 or 4 years, that they even existed. So I want to know about who they are. And this is a winner of a Pulitzer Prize. It's a big book. We're looking at like 600 something pages, but I will read this. I don't think I'm gonna read it this year because the next president I'm gonna be reading about is John Adams. So probably next year I'll be reading about Thomas Jefferson. I'll be reading about Thomas Jefferson. Okay. Well, I've had a lot of fun. Please like, comment, subscribe if you had fun with me here today. It's a bit of a mess. It's chaotic. It's fine. I will see you in my next video. Bex Books signing off.